Right, so what is up, guys? SDPeasy here, and today you are back with the second episode of the Peas in a Pod podcast. It might even be better than the first one. We've got a mental guest on. It's going to be sick. Hopefully, you guys enjoy it. I know they're really long videos, but you guys said you enjoy them, so we're going to keep up the style of that, and let's get into the podcast. Right, so as you can see to the side of me here, we've got a pretty mental guest in Lauren Alexis.
Hello guys, how is everyone doing?
I'm
excited.
This should be a lot of fun. It's took us a while to sort out to get everything working, but we're here. It may be 1 a.m, but we're here.
It might be.
That's right. We don't need to talk about that. We're here.
Exactly.
Now, as you can probably imagine, a lot of the questions that I've been asked to ask you across like TikTok, Insta, and so on. I'm pretty sure you can imagine what most of them are going to be. Let's be honest.
Yes, I can imagine.
So yeah, if in future, guys, if you ever want to get questions in, make sure you're getting them down. I'll always post on TikTok when we're going to record with someone. My Instagram DMs, any form of contact to me, you can send your questions in. And we've got some pretty good ones. It's safe to say. So we'll start off. I think we'll start off with some sort of the more tame ones, and then go into some more interesting ones.
Oh.
So one of the main things that people kept asking me is like how did you get into OnlyFans and that? How did that come about as to you?
Okay, so this is, I think, oh god, I've explained it a few times, but I'm trying to think. So when I was younger, I did a lot of modeling stuff when I was like 11, 12, 13, and then I was forced to stop by my grandmother because she was like, oh, it's bad for your health, you're gonna end up with like health problems, and they were very specific with like size of waist and stuff. So for example, they'd be like, for your next thing you need to make sure your waist is like this many inches and stuff, and it was stupid things like
that's
23
ridiculous.
inches, that kind of thing. So it was really very specific. So my nan basically forced me to stop. So then when I turned 18, I made a Patreon, and I just started doing like fully clothed content, just normal stuff. And then it started getting like a little bit more explicit as I got like more comfortable, I guess. But I've always been pretty confident.
Yeah. I mean, that comes across, like, so.
Yeah, and I think having confidence is such a key thing in life. And I always say, like, one of my quotes is like, if you're confident, you can do anything. Like, I truly believe.
I mean, you literally are. You literally are proof of that. Like, what you do is literally proof of that. Confidence is key.
And then in 2020. So March 2020, that's when I made an OnlyFans, and then we are here.
Yeah, we're where we are now.
Yeah, we are where we are now. And I started YouTube back in like 2017. And then I started taking it seriously probably in 2019. That's when I started, because before I'd kind of just post every now and then.
Yeah.
And I did a lot of live streaming on like Twitch and stuff, but now I post once or twice a week on my main channel. Then I got my TV channel. And I've got lots more channels coming.
Yeah, you've got like mad projects on the way, to be fair. You're so busy, it's mental.
But yeah, I've got lots coming, which I'm really excited for.
Yeah, so like in terms of YouTube, I think one of the first times I personally came across you was the Sidemen Tinder. Which were you in, the first one or the second one?
The YouTube edition one.
Yeah, right. So I think that was the first time I ever came across yourself. And obviously after that, I imagine your channel just went a bit mad, like from that video.
So a few of the people who were on there didn't have that many followers on like YouTube and stuff. I think I had 400k on YouTube.
Oh, really?
When I went on, I had 400k on YouTube and 900k on Instagram. So
I mean, you'd already made it then, basically, like.
Yeah, I mean, I was already like, I wasn't like, I don't know, I wouldn't class myself as like a proper influencer back then, but I already had like my own platform, which I'd already given like. I'd worked hard on that myself. And then I think after the Sidemen Tinder, I gained like 60k on Instagram, I think.
That's mental.
I think it was only like 30 or 40k from on YouTube, I think. And I say only, but obviously
but like in terms of what like I suppose it could have been for like especially when people like they do like videos with like JJ and that, like sometimes their channels just go like mad.
Exactly, yeah, it's mental. But so I got a bit of growth from that, and then
took it from there.
But I think I'd been taking YouTube seriously for like a year before the Sidemen Tinder.
Oh, so like it was fully like a committed, serious thing even before that came about, sort of thing.
Yeah, I started, I think, in 2019. I started taking it like really seriously, and then I was on the Tinder in 2020, and then yeah.
Life went from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it like filming with them lot? Because I just imagine that to be like the maddest like day going. Had you
Yeah,
met
so I
any of them
filmed.
like previously to that, or
No, I knew some of them, but I didn't like. I'd never met them.
yeah?
However, it's filming with them is mad because the crew is insane, and I mean, like, you saw the crew at my shoot, for example,
To me, that was
and
mental. Like, to
yeah,
me, that was like mad. Like 3 or 4 cameras, like that was a bit wild. But I know the crews
yeah,
at their videos is wild.
it's insane. So at the Sidemen Tinder, there was probably like 10 people, even on like
Mad.
cameras, videos, and stuff. And then there's obviously certain people for like mic, sound,
Yeah.
and yeah, no, yeah, the shoots are insane. I think because I did the OnlyFans one as well, the
Yeah, you
OnlyFans
did. Yeah.
remix. That was fun.
That
I
did look
had a
well
lot of
fun, to be
fun
fair.
filming that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
video was
I
jokes.
essentially planned some of it, so it was
Oh, did
quite
you
fun.
really?
Like being, yeah. So I'm not sure if you've heard of TP,
Yes. Yeah.
which yeah. So she's like, I guess, kind of like the creative director, that kind
Mm.
of thing. And me, her, and JJ like arranged all the girls for it, that kind of thing. It was quite
Oh, right, I'm with
funny.
you. Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool,
It did
But now I'm
it did
like
look like a lot of
planning all
fun.
my own stuff, so it's fun.
Yeah, it did. It looked mad. I won't lie. It looked pretty crazy. Now obviously coming out of that,
Yeah.
from that, you sort of obviously then like obviously went forward with your own thing and whatever, and obviously you featured in Sidemen videos since then, and obviously your life is that's just like normal now, effectively being around people like that, which is obviously I imagine is a bit mental for you.
Yeah, because I had a few friends in the industry, but in the
Yeah,
past for like year and a half, 2 years, my friends have just gone like, boom.
like
But it's
yeah,
cool,
I know what
like
you mean. Yeah,
seeing behind the scenes and seeing what people are really like. And I mean, everyone's always like assuming that people are different behind the camera, but most people aren't. I'll tell you that. Most people are exactly the same.
well, it's just like they're like people like JJ and that their personalities are just like no different when a camera switches off. It's literally
Yeah,
identical
yeah,
sort of thing.
like yeah, it's just I mean, obviously like he's like I don't know, he's a very wholesome person.
I imagine he's
But
probably a bit more chilled out off camera. Like I
yeah, but
picture
he's
him a
still
bit more
mad.
chilled out. But
He's
yeah, but
he's
he is still
still
like a
mad.
mad guy. Like yeah, I can't
Yeah.
imagine him being like completely chilled out.
No, yeah, no, yeah. It's no, I don't know, like when I spend time with him, it's it's cool, but like he's always like switched on. That's one thing I'll
Yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah.
He's always like he never goes away from his phone and stuff like that. Like, well, he
Yeah,
does, but
I've
like,
seen
you know
about
what I
that. How like
mean?
he can sort of like he almost like sort of struggles to switch out of like constant like
Yeah, but I think
mode of
that's the thing with social media. Everything, there's always something going on. That's the
yeah,
problem.
yeah.
And I mean, I get where I'm like, I don't want to put my phone down because what if something happens?
Yeah,
Like,
like
what
what
if
if you
you
miss
miss
something like
something?
really
Yeah,
important? Like yeah.
exactly. But I don't know. Yeah, I think people in social media, and as you get more into social media, you realize that shit, like I'm really stuck in this.
Yeah, like
You're
you're
almost
in
obsessed
now.
with what's going
Yeah,
on.
you've got to
Yeah,
be like fully invested with that everything around you sort of thing.
exactly.
Now
Uh,
talking to Sidemen, after you'd been in the Sidemen videos and that, there was a lot of rumors going around about you and Bez, I believe.
yes,
Now,
that
where
was
did that
funny.
all come from?
So we had like an inside joke on Twitter where I called him Daddy.
I remember seeing all that.
And
Yeah,
then yeah, we would just joke about it all the time, and it just became like a huge thing. But yeah,
yeah.
no,
People like started to take it like
yeah,
mad seriously.
yeah, I know, and people really thought that like there was something going on, but there was never anything actually going on. It was just
Just like
us
a like
joking about
inside
it the
joke on Twitter
entire
sort of
time.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah, it was a inside joke, and we've joked about it since.
yeah. Because
Yeah,
it
it was
went
just
like
always too
meant people were
funny.
taking it like dead serious to the point of like
Yeah,
making
no,
like compilations of like the two of you. It got
I
really
know.
weird. Like I can't lie, it got
Yeah,
really
it was
weird.
funny. It was funny, but yeah, no, yeah, we joked about it the whole time. But
Yeah, I'm not
yeah,
surprised. Um, so obviously, yeah, we all know what you're very well known for. Of course, your OnlyFans and so on.
yeah,
Um, how was that? Like, obviously, I know you said about like how like your nan disagreed, like wanted you to come out of the modelling sort of thing. Like, how do your
yeah,
like family and that all feel about it? Like now, like obviously with how massive in that industry you are as you are now.
yeah. So, my dad obviously isn't in my life. I'm
Yeah,
sure
no,
you
yeah.
probably know this, but like, I don't have a daddy.
She's on the lookout. She's on the lookout.
I have daddy issues. But yeah, so my mum, when I first started doing like social media stuff, so I'd left college, I started doing YouTube, and she kicked me out when I was 16. She wasn't a big fan of me when I was
Mad.
younger.
Okay.
Um, because I turned 16. I'd like finished my GCSEs,
Mm.
and she was like, "Oh, now you can pay rent." And I was like, "I don't even have a job. Like, what do you mean?"
How are you meant to do that? Yeah.
Yeah, and I was obviously when I was younger, I used to like I finished school, I used to go out a lot of the time, and I don't know, I just have a fun time. I get home at like 4 in the morning. Eventually my mum got sick of it. She kicked me out when I was like 16, like just before I turned 17.
Mental.
And then when she kicked me out, I started the YouTube stuff. I was still trying to like do college and stuff, but obviously that was really stressful because I was also
Well, like where
trying
did
to
you
figure
go?
myself out.
Like,
Just with friends, and
oh,
like
right,
I had really good friends, and like some of them I'm still really good friends with now. But yeah, my mum now is like one of my biggest fans. She absolutely loves me, and like we'll go out and people will come up to me and say hi and stuff, and she just finds it amazing, and she'll always be like asking me questions, and you know she's a funny
I
gal.
suppose that's good
But
how
yeah,
it's like almost like done a full 360 to like it's gone from like really
yeah.
one extreme to just like the complete opposite, which I imagine is more what you want, the where you're
No,
at now.
exactly. Yeah, so I mean, I'd rather her support me than not
Yeah, I
support
mean,
me.
obviously, yeah.
But yeah, and my brother's very supportive. My mum's, well, my stepdad, because my mum got
Yeah.
remarried. My stepdad's like very, very supportive of it and everything like that. And yeah,
I bet that really helps, don't it? Like having like people that are so important to you, like really like behind you, sort of thing.
yeah, exactly. Like my mum's always got my back, so that's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I
I
bet
think a
that is
lot of my
class.
family does, except my nan. She still doesn't like me.
Oh, she's not a fan. She's not a fan.
No, she's really not a fan. Oh God. Uh,
So, obviously, you sort of spoke about it a little bit, like what life was like before social media. Like, how much would you say like
yeah.
social media has just completely like changed your life?
Well, I literally came from like completely nothing at all.
Mm.
And I've always, I don't know, like, I came from nothing, but my mum always would make sure she was there for me, if you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah, yeah,
Even she kicked me out. Um,
yeah.
but it has changed because I think where like my mum doesn't have much money and stuff, like where I'm kind of still growing on social media and
Yeah,
like I'm doing very well for myself. It's really nice being able to like help the people around you, you
yeah. That's
know?
got to be a good
And
feeling. Yeah,
yeah, and I think that's one of the most like the best thing, like one of the best things one of the best things that's come from it is be like I don't know, like making my mum proud, but then also being able to help her out when she
yeah.
needs
Being able
it.
to like
Yeah.
help out because
Yeah.
of what you're able to do, sort of thing. I bet that's got it.
Exactly,
Just
yeah.
must feel like so rewarding to like be able to do that.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think yeah, the things that I've done from like having a job in social media, I
Mm.
would never have ever imagined doing ever before
Yeah,
like
I don't
started it.
imagine you can picture how it's gone, sort of thing. Like,
Exactly, yeah, like I really did not expect my life to be like this.
yeah, like life's a
Yeah.
bit mad. Like,
Yeah.
it's safe to
I'm
say.
so grateful for like everything, and yeah, I'm just very grateful.
Now obviously you said like when you go out with your mum and that, obviously I imagine you get recognised quite a lot.
Yeah.
What is that? Obviously, I mean, I had the. I mean, I was working in the pub on the weekend, and some lad came up to me just in my local town and went, "I think I know you off YouTube." To me, that was the maddest experience ever, and that's like the only
Yeah.
the second time that's ever happened. What is that like being like all day, every day, almost? If you know what I mean, like being out and about and
So
everyone knowing who you are, sort of thing.
I remember the first time I ever got noticed. I was in Amsterdam, believe it or not, not even in the UK,
Oh
because
wow.
I've got a big following in the UK, but the majority of my followers do come from like America. So
Okay, yeah.
before obviously I was on the Sidemen Tinder, most of my followers and my fan base was from America.
Hmm.
So yeah, and I think my UK percentage of like the audience is still lower now than what America
Oh
is.
really?
But yeah, the first time I got noticed was in Amsterdam, and I was sitting there at an Irish bar. What was I drinking? I was drinking something really weak, like it was very, very
A
weak
very
drink.
weak drink, yeah.
Yeah, and I was sitting there with my brother, and with two of my friends, because I'm very, very close with my brother. Like
Hmm.
he's on the team of people who work with me as well. So I do like I'm very close with him. And this guy just ran over to me, and I was like really, really freaked out. And he was like, "Oh my God!" He was like, "Oh my God, you're Lauren Alexis." And I was like, "What the fuck?" He was like, "This had never happened to me ever." Then he was like, "Can I please get a picture?" Blah blah blah. And he was so sweet, bless him. Like the nicest experience I've ever had. and he was so sweet. And then I took a photo with him. We had a chat for like 5 minutes or so, and then he just like started dancing off down the street afterwards. And I was
He's like proper buzzing about it, sort of thing.
yeah, I was like, wow, is this really happening?
Like that's the impact you've had on someone. It's mad, isn't it?
But believe it or not, like I've met a huge amount of people, and like, even going to places like when I'm in London, it's a lot.
I imagine that's pretty mad when you're in about London, sort of thing.
Yeah, especially like for example, like if I'm out with people, like if I'm out with Lux or something like that, it's like it's mad. Or like
I don't imagine. I can
JJ,
imagine
like
that's
anyone.
a bit mental.
Yeah, it's crazy. But
does it ever get like sort of overwhelming? Like if
No.
you're in a situation where like there's just tons of people.
That's what I was gonna say. I've never had a bad experience. Like I've never ever met anyone who's been like a dick or anyone.
Oh, that's
like
good because
like,
you hear loads of people like say about how they have really bad experiences with fans and like.
Exactly. I've honestly, and I can say it now, I've never ever had a bad experience with anyone. Every single person who's like come up to me or like shouted across to me or something like that, like they're always so sweet, and I absolutely love that. Even Clash of Creators, like I met a lot of people.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
I probably took about 80 to 100 photos. Like I took so many photos.
That's mental.
And not a single person was horrible. Like
No,
every
yeah,
single person
I feel
was
like
so lovely.
like that. I was one of the things I want to talk about was Clash Creators. Like that event was just so mad, really.
Mad.
Like it was
Yeah.
Like when you think about like what that sort of like led to with all these other like charity football matches and these charity boxing matches and whatever that's come from like Callum and Tom just basically having an idea and going from there, sort of thing.
Yeah,
it's mental. That day for me, obviously a bit mad.
Yes.
I was sort of walking around in my subscription box, like walking around. It was a wild day. What did you like think of that whole event? Because I think that was like the first time we'd met, wasn't it? I spoke to you on Twitter once before, but I think that was the first time we'd actually met. That whole event was wild.
Yeah, we've spoken once, and when I saw you, I recognized you straight away. Obviously, like we had a little chat, and then Clash was good. It rained, I think. I'm pretty sure it rained.
It rained for a bit, yeah.
Yeah, and then I had that huge party afterwards, which was insane.
Yeah, that looked a bit mad, to be fair.
It was mad. Oh god, it was bad. It was bad.
It was very bad. I had some very mixed reviews on that. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Talking of footballers. What's like the obviously you're obviously not really allowed to say it, but like what is like the maddest person who's slid in the DMs? Like what level are we talking here?
Oh, I'm trying to think.
Like I'm assuming there's quite a few blue ticks in there.
Yeah, I have a few.
Obviously you can't say who
I'm
they
not
are.
naming
No,
people,
obviously not.
But I'll give you there's been like a few footballers, boxers, like a bunch. I don't know.
Are we talking like Premier League footballers or? We are talking Premier League footballers, aren't we?
But some of them are just like people I've had a normal conversation. Like, I've never like met any of them or anything like that. Like
no, it's just like a DM conversation.
And I've never had anyone with like a girlfriend slide in because I hate that.
Yeah,
like if a guy with a girlfriend slid in my DMs, I'll be like, stop, leave my DMs.
It's just not right.
Really
it's just it's not right.
But like I see some influencers where they'll get like, to say, I don't know, an Arsenal player, I'm just using it as an example. An Arsenal player slides in their DMs and then they're like making TikToks about it, and I'm like,
I find that mental.
Why?
Like,
yeah, it's so weird.
Just that's a private. Like, keep it to yourself. Like, why you do?
Exactly.
Like, I don't.
Like my DMs are my DMs.
Yeah, why? I must admit, like when people do stuff like that, it blows my mind. Like, why are you? Because you're not only exposing them, you're exposing yourself. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
Why have you done that? Like,
they'll like joke about it and be like, basically make jokes about how they'll sleep with them and stuff, and I'm just like, surely you're also the bad person because you're definitely know that they're in a relationship.
Worst person.
What they're doing is bad enough, but for the fact that you're not calling them out for it and you're actually going along with it, that's just
it's very strange behaviour, and weirdly you see it a lot, which I find mad.
I see it so much, and I'm just like, really?
Yeah,
like I get it if someone's like slid in your DMs and then you're like, this person slid in my DMs, but I would never
trying to expose them, sort of thing.
Yeah, I would never try and expose someone publicly. I'd always like, if that happened and I wanted to do something about it, most of the time, if it would to happen, I'd just completely ignore it, not even get involved. You know,
yeah, because that's probably the best thing to do, isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly, it's not something to do with me. However, if you want to do something about it, I just recommend just saying it to the girlfriend. Like, you don't need to make
Yeah,
a
literally
public
just
thing about
screenshot it, send to girlfriend,
Exactly.
conversation
Just be
done.
like, oh, just thought I'd let you know. You know,
There's
like
no
it's
need for the
very,
public stuff is
yeah,
wild.
exactly. And people, obviously, it's people just like chasing clout is
Oh, of
what
course, yeah, I mean,
they
but that's
call it.
like that's
But you
sadly
know,
what nowadays is.
exactly. And I'm
Everybody's
just
just
like,
chasing the
really?
clout. It's mad.
Yeah,
Um,
crazy.
so obviously, in terms of obviously your OnlyFans is your main platform, but obviously you've got your YouTube, you've got your Twitch, you've got your Instagram, which you're like smashing out on all platforms.
Yes.
Is there like anyone
Overwhelming.
on any platform? Like this could be anyone in any platform, or like one for like each sort of platform that be like your like dream collab sort of thing. Like this, if like you were to do this, this would be like sort of wow, that's a moment that I'll like remember sort of thing.
Okay. One person I really wanna meet, just in general,
Hmm.
and like just do a normal video with is Corinna Kopf. Like I really,
I
really
feel
like
like
her. She's
that'd
so
be mad.
fit.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's like the blonde I need. Like, you know,
yeah,
a
with you,
brunette needs a
with you.
blonde. Like,
I
she's
feel
the
like
blonde that
that.
I
Let's be
need.
honest. I feel like that would bang as well. Like in terms of like content
Yes, of
wise,
course. Yeah.
that would bang.
But collab wise, hmm, I'm trying to think.
I
I
mean, to be
think
fair, you've collabed with a
podcast
lot of people.
wise, yeah, podcast wise, I've got a lot of collabs lined up for this year.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm going by this thing this year as well, where because I get obviously a lot of smaller creators reach out to me, and I'm always happy to like go on their channel, that
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
stuff. But I've got this thing this year where I've decided that someone could have one subscriber, like they could not even have a YouTube channel yet, but if they come to me with a good idea, I promise I will make it work.
Yeah,
That's my
but
thing this
yeah, I
year.
think
Like
that's class
I
from
want to
you. To be
help
fair,
people make things work,
yeah,
so
that's
I really want
sick.
to do that. But yeah,
That's
no,
I
a
think that's a
podcast
nice
I'd
way
love
to
to
give
go
back to
on.
people, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah, and I mean, it's I mean, I don't know, I love meeting new people anyway.
Yeah, it's
But
good. You can't really
yeah,
knock it, can you?
exactly. But a podcast I'd love to go on is Impulsive. I really love
That'd be so.
Impulsive. I
Yeah,
watch
that'd be
like
good.
every episode. Like I
To be fair,
really
like
love every
it's a
episode.
well good podcast. I can't knock it.
Yeah.
It is excellent. Logan has like
Uh,
turned around massively.
yeah, I know. He's got the new Prime.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Have you been able to? I mean, I don't know whether you've been able to get a hold of any of that, or are you not allowed to say?
No, I have.
Oh, you have. Yeah. Is it
Yes,
good?
it is. It
Yeah,
is.
I've seen
I'll
a lot
save
of
you
very
some.
positive reviews on it, and
I'll
I'm
save you some.
excited for it to come to UK. Oh, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'm excited for it
No,
to come to the
yeah.
UK.
When it comes to the UK, it's going to be mad. I
Yeah,
think it's going to go in quite a few stores as well, like which is
yeah.
so
I've
sick.
seen JJ say like Tesco, like Asda, like basically anywhere that you
Yeah,
would
like
go, it's
Sainsbury's,
going
that
to
kind
be
of
there, sort of
stuff.
thing.
But I've planned in my studio. I'm gonna get one of those like really big like drinks fridge
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
things, and because I've got a few things being put at the studio. I'm getting like a basketball games arcade
Oh,
thing put
like at
in
your
there so
studio.
that people can play that.
That would be
Yeah, at the
sick.
studio.
Look at you.
Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, I'm gonna have a drinks fridge in there, and I'm just gonna stock loads of Prime in it, and
That would be
that's that.
sick.
And
Yeah, that would be
Prime,
sick.
and then some like Red Bulls, and boom, and then people just have what they want.
That would be well cool. I like that. So with the industry that you're in,
Mhm.
and things such as Reddit, I imagine a lot of your stuff from like your pages that you have to obviously pay to subscribe to. I imagine a lot of that gets leaked across the internet.
Yeah.
And I imagine that is pretty frustrating for you. Like, is there anything you can even do about that, or is that just a thing that happens
Yeah,
now?
so my manager actually has a takedown program which
Okay.
him and his team created themselves, and it's got this algorithm. It's like an AI.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
an algorithm that will pick up certain things, so it will take things down, and then they'll choose to like keep some things up. So some things will just like stay up on
They're
Reddit,
just
and
there. Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm not too worried about it because I'm one of those people that I know things are going to get leaked, and whatever you do in the world, someone's going to see it one day anyway.
Yeah, I
So
know what you mean.
things
Yeah.
being leaked for me,
It's
I'm
not like
not
the
too
biggest
worried
drama,
about.
is it? Like, because I
Exactly,
see a
and
lot of
some of
people
the
like make
stuff,
out to be like a massive deal, but when you suppose when you actually think about it, it's not the
exactly,
biggest
because
deal.
if you're willing to put it on OnlyFans anyway, or you're willing to put it on like something like that, then you've got to
Yeah,
accept
it's
the
gonna
fact
be on
it's
the
gonna
internet at
be
some point
leaked.
anyway, isn't it?
Exactly,
Yeah.
it's gonna be on the internet forever.
It once it's there,
Um,
it's never
yeah,
going.
exactly.
Like,
But some of the stuff that I see on Reddit, like people are like, "Oh, this is like me fucking Lauren Alexis," and I'm like, No, it's
It's
really
just not though, is
but-
it? Yeah, it's just not though.
So, and there's a lot of deep fakes, which I find so funny. And
Like,
all the comments,
yeah.
like a lot of my followers will comment and be like, "You're so stupid if you think this is actually her." Like, they may as well just get my real content and post that because it's just as good as the stuff they're saying is me. Like, I don't get
honestly,
it. It's so weird.
the deep fake stuff
The deep
that
fakes are
people
so
can
funny.
do is wild.
I know.
The skill it must
it's
take to
insane.
do some of that is mental.
Yeah. I saw like a deep fake of me like and JJ and I was like, what the fuck?
Like how?
I was like,
yeah.
what? Yeah. I was like, what the hell?
Where's this come
strange.
from? Why does it exist? But
like,
I suppose it's quite funny as well though.
Yeah, it is funny, and it's definitely a talking point. There
Just
was this
sat
one
there with
though
JJ
where I'm
like, oh dear.
yeah, it's so weird. But there was this one where I'm like apparently sucking a dick, and you can see like the nails in it. But the shape of nails is never a shape of nails I've had, and all my followers in the comments like Lauren wouldn't get that shape of nail. She always
they're all
gets
like spot on it as well.
yeah, but like it's so specific. Like they'll be like, no, like this isn't this because Lauren has this, and they're like, they will like remember every single detail about me so they can spot like real to fake.
That's
so yeah,
not the
it's
fact
funny.
Lauren would never do this. Her nails are wrong.
Yeah,
like...
it's like, that's her wrong. That's the wrong nail. Like she definitely sucks dick, but that's
not
not
the
this
nail
one.
she has for it. Like,
Yeah.
That's mental.
So funny.
Right. So what else have we got here? I've got some from us. I must admit, the group chat ones had to be cut down. I'll be honest. I took a few original screenshots and then they had to be deleted because they were just like, no.
Oh my god.
Some of them were like, no, I don't think that's allowed on YouTube. It's just not. It's just some of them weren't just safe. But some. I think one of the best ones I actually got was like. I mean, I don't obviously. Obviously, you might not be able to say, but what is like because obviously on OnlyFans you've got the feature where somebody can request something for like any sort of price sort of thing. What is like the maddest or weirdest thing that you think like anyway that you've been like requested to like send out to someone?
I get like a lot of weird requests.
I can imagine there's a lot of strange ones in there.
Yeah, so some people are like they'll do anything for money. Most requests I will do, obviously if they're normal.
Some are, I imagine there's some that are like beyond even thinking about.
Yeah, some are so weird. Like there's people who like ask the craziest things, and I'll read it and be like, "Are you taking the piss or not?" Like I can't tell if some of them are serious.
Some like to a point where you're just like, no. Like
yeah, some are really weird. However, it's not very often. Like I get a lot of weird requests, but it's not like every single day. So I
imagine you get a lot of just pretty normal ones as well. Like
I get normal requests like, can you do like a custom video where you'll like do this and like moan my name, that kind of stuff. And like, of course, yeah, cool. However, some things are weird. Like I'll get people who will be like, oh, can you? I'm trying to think of a really weird one that I've had recently. I get people who ask me to like step on them a lot, which I know is really normal, but like people will ask me to like beat them up and stuff, and I'm just like, I'm really not even strong.
Like what?
Even if I wanted to do that, I would not be able to. But
some people have the maddest kinks, don't they?
Yeah, but the weirdest ones are probably just the gross things that I'm sure you can imagine.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think we can all imagine what some of the mad ones are. Let's be honest.
But the most common one is dick rates, where people will like send dick pics and I'll just.
Oh, that's like a normal thing.
Yeah, it's so normal. I'm doing dick rates every single day. Like I've seen so many. And then what else is normal?
That's like the evolution of sending a girl a dick pic. It's sending Lauren Alexis a dick pic so she can rate your dick.
Exactly.
That's
which
mental.
I'm always happy to do. But and I'm honest. But
brutally honest.
I think that's common, and then just people asking me to do something like say their name and that kind of thing.
I imagine that's pretty normal as well.
Yeah, which I'm always happy to do. So yeah, it's all good.
That's mad. That's just mental. People like dick rates. That's funny as fuck. I can picture people doing it as well, being like, "Oh, I wonder what Lauren Alexis would rate my knob out of 10."
Yeah,
I can picture people sat there like that as well, as if
They're
that
like
would ever be a situation
waiting.
they'd ever actually be in for like that to be a realistic situation. It's funny. Now, you obviously, like we said about before, you're not exactly the kind of person to sleep around. You're more like very serious about it all. What is like the worst experience you've had? If you've had like a really bad one, you might not have had a really bad one.
So I'm trying to think.
I mean, to be fair, actually, when we filmed, you mentioned a mad one to me off camera. I don't even know if you can mention that on podcast because you didn't mention it on camera that day. But it wasn't about you. It was about friends.
Oh yeah, so a friend of mine, which is mad, you're definitely gonna have to censor some of this for
I
YouTube.
will definitely have to censor some of this.
Okay, so this doesn't actually involve me, but a friend of mine, um, we were at my mum's house and I was probably like 17, maybe 18. And age of consent obviously in the UK is 16, so she was probably like 17. And she was sleeping with someone who was like 19, who was also in our friend group. And
what, still now or like at the time?
At the time, I'm still friends with her. Like she's my best friend still, but we're not friends with the guy anymore.
Oh, okay,
yeah, he's a dick.
Fez.
So they'd slept together quite a few times, and there was this one time where my mum needed to use the bathroom upstairs, and she was literally on her toilet, and my mum walks in and she's like, "What the fuck?" And there's another time my mum goes into the utility room downstairs, and she's bent over the huge like box like chest freezer, and then and I'm like, oh my god, like this is my friend, and my mum is like,
this is in your house as well
every time. Like
this isn't even this is something they're not even doing in their own house. This is in your house.
Every single time every time we went to my mum's house, this is what would happen, and it was mental. So bad.
When it got to a point where that was just like normal to happen at your.
Yeah, it was normal. And oh god, it's ridiculous. It was so normal. But the girl has calmed down now. She's a good girl.
A good girl. Yeah.
Good girl. Oh, god.
Have you had any like mental ones yourself, or is it just like people like you?
I haven't had anything bad happen.
No.
However, I've had like awkward ones where there was when I was back in school. It was just before my GCSEs. I was seeing this one guy who I was seeing for like a year and a half or whatever.
Yeah.
And everyone used to get really annoyed at me for seeing this one guy because he was one of the people that like everyone wanted to basically sleep with.
Okay, I'm with you. Yeah.
So I slept with him just after my 16th birthday. So then I started seeing someone else in like May, and my birthday's in March, so I stopped seeing this guy in like the end of March.
Okay.
But we were still like kind of seeing each other a little bit. It was like friends with benefits.
I'm with you. Yeah.
And I started seeing this other guy in like May, and then we went to have sex, and I was really uncomfortable.
Is this the new guy or the old guy?
The new guy.
New guy.
And let's call him Ben. So Ben is the new guy, and the old guy is Tom. So Tom is the old guy, and Ben is the new guy.
Okay.
But so I went to have sex with Ben. I forgot the names. Went to have sex with Ben, and I just was not into it. So like I was not wet at all, like really not into it.
Yeah.
And then he's like getting annoyed that I'm not into it, and I'm just like, look, I'm really not into it.
Yeah, it's just like not the time.
I'm not into having sex with you. Then he's like, oh well, I don't understand how you could have sex with the other guy and not be into things with me. Like really trying to big himself up, and this guy is probably like really not it.
No.
Okay, so he's really not that. Like he was so obsessive as well though. And I actually had like some weird horror stories with him, which I'll go into after.
Yeah.
But so then he went to the toilet, and when he went to the toilet, I literally grabbed my jumper and I ran down the stairs because I'd already snuck into his house in general because his parents wouldn't let me his parents wouldn't let him have girls stay over. So after they went to bed, I snuck in. Then it was like 4 a.m. I snuck out of his house
while he's gone to the toilet.
I'm like standing outside the front of his house, putting my clothes back on, and then I've had to call his friend.
Wait. When you ran outside, you had like nothing on.
I just had my hoodie on, and I was like really trying to get dressed. I had like my bag, I had my clothes. I was in such a rush to get out. Okay,
just like sprinted out. Yeah,
literally. And then my best mate, who was a guy, or one of my best mates, was also in his friend group. And he lived 2 streets down. So I called him and I was like calling him, and he's like, what? And I was like, you need to come and meet me. And he's like, what the fuck happened? I met him, I explained everything. I stayed around his house instead. But oh my God. And then this guy proceeded to tell everyone that I did sleep with him.
Oh,
so
no.
Then,
yeah.
Tom, the guy number 1, actually baited him out and was like, you didn't sleep with Lauren. Like, everyone knows what actually happened. She wasn't into it. So it didn't happen. She just wasn't into you.
Oh,
So, yeah.
oh no.
And then he got really annoyed at me. And then I started probably in about July, I started hanging around with another group of friends.
Yeah.
And my friends who were girls from school were hanging around with them, but the guys weren't really, because the guys kind of just did their own thing.
Yeah.
And we started hanging around with a new group of friends, and this guy who I'd left his house, so what was his name? Ben. Yep.
No,
Ben
yeah,
sent
this was
his
Ben. This
brother.
was Ben,
Yeah, Ben sent his brother in his brother's car to come and stalk me, and his brother followed me round for like 10 hours, just driving around everywhere I was going.
yeah.
And then he literally got his brother to like threaten my new friends, which no one had done anything
Nothing to do
wrong.
with it, yeah.
Yeah. And then he tried hitting me up like 2 years ago, and I was like, "Are you actually fucking kidding me right now?" I was like, "Don't ever hit me up
he's
ever
like
again."
just slid in after all of that and pretended nothing happened.
He's like, "Oh, so how have you been? When can I see you?" And I'm just like,
never.
but you can tell Ben is the bad guy because I'm still friends with Tom now.
Yeah.
So I still see Tom sometimes that we go out for drinks and stuff. So Ben, you are the bad guy, and you know who you are.
You're very aware who you are. Like.
Yes, he's so aware. Oh god.
Oh, that's mad. Imagine sending your brother to like fully like stalk. That's wild.
I was just like, what are you actually trying to do here? Like, come on.
Yeah, like what are you getting from doing
exactly.
this? Like,
I really don't get it.
That's just ridiculous. I can't even imagine just like what would go through your brain to think, oh yeah, this is a good idea. Like,
exactly. So weird. And I was just
weird.
like, okay. So strange.
Right. The leading on from that. Well, I've lost the one I was looking at. Leading on for that. Obviously, you say, like you say, like we talk about. One question I must admit came up a lot from my mates, and I think they may have exposed a lot of themselves from the question, but they're all very keen to know: does size matter to you? And also, if it does matter. Or even if it doesn't, what's prime size? What is prime hydration size?
Okay, so loads of girls are like, oh, size matters. Like, I only want to sleep with a guy who's got like a huge dick, blah blah blah. But in all honesty, size doesn't matter. It's what you do with it that is what matters.
All about the motion in the ocean.
Exactly. Like, you can be just below average, or you can be like 4 inches above average. Like, you could be either. And I've sat with people who are below average, and I've sat with people who've got like above average.
Yeah.
And honestly, there is no difference, because above average, it just hurts. And below average, as long as you know what you're doing, it's fine. So it really doesn't matter.
It's all more about whether you know what you're doing compared to what you're doing
it's honestly experience over size. Like, that's what I will always say. And I've been saying this for years. Like, obviously, if you've got like a 1-inch dick, then it's a bit different.
Yeah.
However,
there's limitations to this. Yeah.
Exactly, like 5 inches compared to 10 inches. Like, as long as you know what you're doing, it doesn't matter, because you just need to know what the girl actually likes, and then it'll work out in your favor. Yeah. It's really not a big thing. Like, I'd rather someone who's just like average size than someone who's like 8 or 9 inches. So,
but
and
knows
I think
what
most
they're
girls
doing, sort of thing. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think most girls would. So yeah.
If you had to pick this is your like the perfect man has this size.
Okay, I'm gonna just say like 6.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty normal.
Yeah, pretty normal, pretty average.
Yeah,
but I'd say 6 as long as they know what they're doing. Yeah, then we're good.
Right. Yeah. But obviously,
I'd honestly rather someone who knows what they're doing rather than someone with like.
But I feel like that's almost like sort of common, like not common sense, but like, you know what I mean. That's almost like what's the point in going more if you just are useless with it?
Exactly.
Like what's the point?
Really? I know. And some guys are like really like they try so hard, and I'm just like, you don't need to try this hard. Like, we can just keep it simple and it's fine.
Yeah, it's so much like I can imagine.
Think they need to be this like proper like really like sexual person, and I'm just like, you're trying too hard.
Yeah,
really.
You need to like calm down. Like
exactly.
Now I know you're into football a bit. You enjoy a bit of football. Your team is United.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
thoughts on
Never
United
actually-
at the minute? Obviously not been a good day.
Yeah, the whole Greenwood thing
Yeah,
is
that's a bit mad.
insane. And do you know what I think's crazy is Harriet, his now
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
ex-girlfriend, I'm assuming, is she's been popping off my TikTok For You page quite a lot. And she's such a pretty girl, like such a
Yeah.
lovely girl. She seems so lovely on TikTok. She just minded her own business, did little dances, like showed her night out outfits, that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. And she was obviously known for being his girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah.
And she used to get so much hate on TikTok for being like a gold digger and only like using him for
To be
his
fair, I
money.
did see a lot of that. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and I'm just like, you know what? The fact she was receiving so much hate from the outside world while she was going through
Yeah,
that
and
at
now
the same time,
now look at it.
it's
Yeah,
so
it's
insane.
it's
Yeah,
mental.
it's
Like people
insane.
who were saying like giving hate, you just must feel awful. Like you've got to
Yeah,
feel
exactly.
so bad.
Yeah, and I've seen people even say like, I can't believe I judged this girl.
Like,
But what the dad said, that sussed me out.
That I
The
don't
dad
get that.
definitely was one of those like, oh yeah, my daughter's dating a footballer. I'm set for life. She's
Yeah.
gonna marry into
I
like a
don't really
rich
understand. Like
family,
everything
you know?
he said, she's just like contradicted since. I
Exactly. And
don't
he's like,
get
oh,
it.
she got hacked, blah blah blah. But I'm just like, really? Like, come on.
Yeah, I think he just sort of like, I don't know whether he just panicked when they tried to talk to him, because whatever he said
Exactly.
is just waffle compared to like the rest of the story.
It's so insane.
Right, so obviously, if you guys haven't seen, I've appeared on Lauren's channel before, on a TV channel.
Yes.
That was a bit of a mad day. I've done a video about it, but I mean, we can talk about it again.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I sort of know, but a question almost from me as well as like for other people to know. How did that come to be a thing, if you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, obviously it literally went from me sitting in the Odeon cleaning up someone's popcorn to, oh, Lauren Alexis has sent you a DM on Twitter. She needs to call you right now. That was a bit mad. Like,
Yeah. So like what I said with the TV channel, I'm really trying to like reach out to people, and I wanna not just collab with my friends. I want to collab with people that I've only met a few times, like
Yeah.
people that I'm not very like familiar with. And with you, obviously I've met you. We've spoken a little bit. However, I've never like had a real conversation with you.
Yeah, we sort of had like a short convo
we
clash,
we weren't as close as we are now.
yeah.
But so with that channel, I didn't have an exact date that I was going to start it, and at first I was going to upload every 10 days instead of every week. So then it got to it, and I was like, when am I going to start this? Like doing videos
Yeah.
with people who weren't really like in my friendship group, that kind of thing, not people who I knew well. And then my manager was like, well, why don't we do it for this week? And I was like, wait, are we posting this week? And he was like, yeah. And then I was like, oh my God. And then I was sitting there thinking, and then I was like, who could I get on that I really want to do something with? And then I thought of you straight away. And I was like, this is like tomorrow. Like, I was like,
This
I
is
need
like
to
a now
message
thing.
quick. Yeah. So I messaged you, and bless you, you were so sweet. You came like straight away. Like, it was so good. But yeah, you know what? I'm so glad that I chose you for that video, because you were such an amazing person for the video.
Oh,
and in
stop
the
it,
next
you.
few months, we're definitely going to have to do a part 2, because it was so good.
Yeah,
My
100%.
most
Yeah,
viewed
100%.
video on that channel.
Yeah,
I
that
think
why?
it's nearly 500k
Why on
views.
earth has that happened?
So YouTube started pushing the video, and then they stopped pushing it. It stopped getting as many views, and then I checked, and they started pushing it again. So now, like 90% of the videos are from YouTube recommendation. So YouTube like seriously pushed that
Proper
video.
pushed
So
it, yeah.
shout out to YouTube. And
Yeah,
that's all
big
cool.
shout out
But
to YouTube
yeah.
for that one.
But
Yeah.
no, it was good.
'Cause that's
it was a
like-
very good video.
To me, that's mental. Like I remember I checked back like sort of like a couple of days later just see how it was doing, then like a week later and so, and 2 weeks and whatever, and I was like, wow, this video is doing mad. Like,
Yeah,
what,
it
like,
took off,
why
yeah.
is this doing? Because I looked at obviously the one with like Lux, and I was like, well, it's never gonna be like, that's obviously gonna be like, it's never gonna get anywhere near the views that did. And then it just
Yeah.
like suddenly like started flying past it. I was like,
Exactly.
what?
I think
Like-
as well, where everyone's seen me and Lux all the time. Like
Yeah.
me and Lux have been like a
you've done
I
like
don't know,
loads
like
of
a-
videos together, haven't you?
yeah, we've done so much together. We've done TikToks together. We've really like Instagram things. Like we've done loads together. Like, and Lux is probably one of my best mates. But I think where no one had ever seen me do something with someone who wasn't in my friendship group, you know, like people
Sort of a bit
they've seen me
outside
do
your own
stuff with
comfort sort of
Sidemen.
thing.
Yeah, exactly. And people, I think, saw it and were like, "Oh my God, like no one's really done this," because it's not very often that people,
No, it's a bit.
like,
It's very rare.
because
It's very
yeah,
rare.
it's not often that people invite people that they don't really know onto their channel, and it was such a new channel, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna work, and it's gonna be good.
Yeah, because I
And
mean,
I've
there's
kind of
like,
turned it into a series
there's
now, where
every
I was just like,
chance it could have just
yeah,
flopped, and just that would have been.
exactly,
It had never happened
yeah.
again, sort of thing.
But yeah, I'm very very happy with how it came out, and the edit on that was
Oh, the video is
so
sick.
hard. Yeah,
The video
but
is sick,
oh
but
my
you were
God.
like mad trying to get that edit done.
Yes, it was mental. But shout out to Con. Con is the fucking madman behind this shit. He's
Alright,
insane.
big shout out to Con. That was mad.
Yeah, bless
That
him.
was. I mean, obviously, like I knew I was coming to film with obviously you. I had no idea Con was going to be there. That
Yeah,
to
Con's actually
me
gonna feature on the channel soon.
mind blowing. Like that was wild.
But yeah, Con's featuring on the channel soon. We're gonna do a video with Con,
That'll be
me and
good.
Con.
Yeah, that'll be good.
But yeah, no,
Get him
I
out
do
from
like that
behind the
channel.
camera.
Yeah, exactly. Which, I mean, he's got like 1 million subs now.
Yeah,
He's insane.
he's not
He
doing
really
bad for
deserves
himself,
it.
is he?
Yeah, he deserves it. Bless him.
He does.
He's
To be
so
fair, his
funny.
videos of like doing the his videos of doing like Simon's setup, and then obviously he's doing JJ's and that. They are
Yeah,
sick. Like those videos
exactly.
are so good, and
Yeah,
the
nah.
edit, the production, everything behind him is mad.
Exactly. I'm actually having a set built at the moment, and Con is going to be behind
Oh,
that
is
as
Con
well.
doing it
Like
as well?
Yeah, I'm going to get Con to work on it.
That's sick.
But with my new office as well, I'm going to get Con to do some bits, and I'm in the middle. I think this year I'm going to buy a house, which
Oh, look at you!
I haven't really decided, but I have a problem. So I want to, and I was talking to someone about this the other day. But I want to buy a house because I can't be bothered to rent anymore, basically.
Yeah.
I've been renting since I was like 16. Like I'm just kind of like I'm
You're done with
wasting
it,
money
sort
on
of
it
thing.
at this
Yeah,
point. Yeah. But I don't know what I want for a house. So I'm thinking of buying like a house that costs whatever much. And then in a few years when I actually know what I want, when I'm ready to kind of
that'll
like,
be the proper house.
you
Sort of
know,
thing.
exactly. Like when
Yeah.
I'm ready to, I don't know, not settle down because I'm still very young. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not settling down
Yeah.
anytime soon.
No, no, no.
But when
yeah.
I'm ready to decide more of
Like
what
make
I
a
want in
massive
the
decision
future.
sort of thing. Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm not ready to make a big decision now. So I think I'm just going to buy a house this year.
It'll almost be
Get
sort of
onto loads
like a
of sets and
stopgap
stuff.
house sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then that'll just be another property that I have.
Oh yeah, because then you could just keep it and rent it out,
exactly,
sort of thing.
and just
Yeah,
rent it
yeah.
out.
So
Yeah.
like, realistically, it's like
Um,
in the future it'll be income as well as a house. That's a mad way to
exactly,
think
which is
about
what I'm
it.
thinking. So yeah, so I don't know. Life's so hard, and I hate being an adult. I wish I was like young again, but if I was young, I wouldn't have an OnlyFans. So I guess I'm alright.
It's worked out alright. Yeah, it's not worked out
Exactly.
bad for you, has it?
Yeah. Oh God, I do enjoy it. I do enjoy what I do. It's very fun, and it's always different as well. Like Valentine's Day is coming up, obviously. So my content for Valentine's Day,
Oh
I've got a
yeah,
Valentine's
of course.
shoot in the next few days, which is going to be sick. Then YouTube wise, I'm shooting with James Daniels tomorrow, and
That'll be
then
good.
shooting with him at 8 in the morning on Thursday as well, which is fucking early.
For you, yeah.
He was like, yeah, he was like, we got to do this. And he was like, and I was like, okay. And he was like, I'm coming to London, blah, blah, blah. I was like, cool. And he was like, there's just a problem. I was like, what? He was like, it's at 8 in the morning. And I was like, fuck me. I was like, I'm still going to be awake, but we're good. So I'm shooting with him tomorrow night, then shooting with him Thursday morning. So I'm going to have no sleep.
Oh, so you'll probably just stay up.
Guarantee. Yeah, I'll
Knowing
just stay
you,
up 'cause-
you'll definitely
yeah.
just stay up.
But, oh, God, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
excited, though. It'll be fun.
Your days are mental. Like,
Yeah.
like
Oh, God.
for anyone who doesn't know, like Lauren's days are wild. Like to the point of getting up at like what, 1, 2.
See, sometimes
Sometimes
I'm
I
up
mean,
at,
the other
like,
day,
yeah.
the other day, we were meant to film, and you didn't reply until like 8 in the evening.
Yeah.
But then, to be
But,
fair,
like,
you had been up
yeah.
till 9 in the morning editing a video.
It's mental, like, and sometimes as well, like, if I have normal things, like, where I've got to, like, I don't know, I have, like, appointments and stuff,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
blah, 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 then I've got to get up at, like, 8 in the morning, but sometimes I haven't slept until 5 or 6 a.m.
Yeah,
So
that's
then
got
I'm
to
running
be...
on, like, 2 hours sleep, but I'm good at it. Like, it's weird. Like, I'm really good at running on no sleep, so
But
I
then I
don't know
suppose,
why,
like,
but...
yeah, like you literally, I mean, you literally said this to me the other day, but like, I suppose, like, realistically, you're like in like the prime of like what you're doing at the minute. So
Exactly.
why not just
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
like
I'm just
hustle
working
effectively?
hard.
Yeah, why not
exactly.
why not
grind, baby.
respect the
It's
grind, get the hustle
season.
going? Yeah, like
Exactly.
why not?
Yeah, no, I enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, you look like you do. Everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you're doing well on everything. Everything
It's
is
fun.
fun.
It.
Yeah, I think that's the main way to look at what you do. Is you do everything for fun and you enjoy everything you do. You don't do everything for the sake of I need to make money. Like you love what you do.
Yeah, no, I do. I really, really love what I do. And I think that's the best part about the whole social media stuff, because some people do social media and then a few years in, they don't enjoy it anymore.
Yeah.
And I started obviously when I was like 17, 18, and then I'm 22 now, and I still love it as if I started
just as
it
much
last
as
week.
it's almost like you started yesterday.
Exactly.
Sort of
and I'm so blessed for that, because I really like some people's feelings really do change, because as well, like it's a job, you know, and you sometimes you do hate your job, but I absolutely love it, and I'm so
yeah. I think that's like the main benefit of like the life that you've like worked so hard to get to yourself, is you just love every day. Like there's no day you'll wake up and be like, oh, I've got to do this today, that's gonna be shit. Like every day is sick.
Exactly, and everything's different as well, like the different people I meet and the collabs I do, the videos I film, even the planning, like planning videos, like I plan it for like an hour, like a day or two before the videos, and then I've got like spreadsheets of ideas, and then it's always like looking at a title and thinking, how the fuck am I gonna make this work? And it's so fun. But I'm very creative as well, so I think that goes really well with it.
That must work out like perfectly with what you do. Yeah,
exactly. I love it though. It's so fun.
Right. Well, as it is about 2 a.m,
it is.
I mean, you won't, but I should probably get some sleep. You'll definitely be up doing some other stuff. But I mean, I'll probably sit here I'll probably sit here and edit this now, so I probably won't even go sleep anyway.
Oh my god, you're mad.
But this has been a lot of fun. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for coming on. Much appreciated.
You are more than welcome. I've had lots of fun.
And obviously, throughout this year, we've got plans to do more things like this.
Exactly.
There'll be videos for my channel. There'll be videos for Lauren's channel. We've got plans. Like it's gonna be fun.
Exactly.
It's gonna be a good
plans.
year. It's gonna be a good year. Let's say that. Look forward to it. It's gonna be a good year.
Yes, I look forward to
it. Now, one thing I did in the first episode, which I've decided I'm gonna do as like a theme, should we say, is I asked Luke Bennett who he thought. Not almost like a call out, not, you know what I mean, who should come on next, who should be a guest that should be on this at some point. So I'm going to ask you the same question. If there's anybody you think would be sick on this or would like to do this or would be down or would enjoy it, this is your opportunity to call them out.
I'm trying to think who I'd love to see you speak to.
Or anyone you think I could just sit here and like for hours and have like a sick chat with, or
I think Bambino Becky.
Yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Becky. She's such a lovely girl, and I think you like. I'm not sure if you've spoken to her before, but she's so lovely. Yeah.
So I've
got plans with her.
I met her at Reading Festival. Well, I met her at Clash, and then I also met her at Reading Festival.
Yeah. I really think Becky, because Becky could talk for hours and hours, and she
can talk for a long time.
Yeah, bless her. And you know what? You could both have a pint. Like, I think that would be a really good one.
That is a great idea.
Yeah,
that is right. Becky, it's happening. I know we've spoken about it before, but you got to get a pint ready. It's happening sometime soon. Right, so thank you very much to Lauren for coming on.
You're so welcome.
And obviously, she doesn't need it, but all of her links will be in the description. If you somehow don't know who Lauren is, they'll all be down there. Go and check her out. This has been a lot of fun. Like I say, hopefully you've enjoyed this, and hopefully you've had a good time.
Yes, I've enjoyed it.
Hopefully you guys enjoy this as well. Hopefully this is a sick video. And if you want to see more of these, make sure you comment in people down below that you want to see in this, and that you think, like Becky, like you think that I'd have a sick chat with. But yeah, thank you very much for coming on. It's been a lot of fun. Look forward to more things that we have got planned together for the rest of this year.
Yes,
we have got plans, so look out for them. They're going to be a lot of fun across YouTube, TikTok, and whatever. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. Thank you very much for watching. I should probably get some sleep because it's 2 a.m. Thanks to Lauren for coming on, and see you later, guys. Peace.